Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Monday, August 29th. So, how was your weekend? Mine was interesting in part. So, Friday, I forget what happened Friday, what time I worked until. I think I worked until like 6 or something. And so it was just like a normal Friday. Saturday, we had that birthday party to go to, which there's a story there. I had a massage. Bill went out on his boat with his daughter for a couple hours. And we left for the party at 3 o'clock. The party was at 4. So we got stuck in traffic for 40 minutes because there was an accident. Yeah. So we actually got to the party 15 minutes late. So this party was for one of Bill's coworkers who was turning 60. Now, we didn't find out about said party until Thursday night. I think it was Thursday night. And I've only met this coworker like once or twice. I want to say once in person. And there was only going to be one other coworker there. So I was going to know no one else. And neither did Bill. So the day was sort of hot. And we get there. It was at an Elks Lodge. We get there. And the food's inside. The bar is outside. And then a lot of the people that are at this get together are in a cornhole league. And if you don't know what cornhole is, it's like these boards and you throw bean bags on it. Very competitive. So out back of this Elks Lodge, they have a horseshoe pit where, you toss the silver horseshoes into sand and all that while they were going to set up cornhole. So essentially we had some food, and Bill's coworker, that not the birthday person, but the other person. I just live a very different life than a lot of people, And so essentially after we ate, we sat outside for the rest of the day. We were there about 3 hours. We sat outside and watched this cornhole tournament while I wound up listening to two guys in front of me talk about trucks and cars and all kinds of stuff, while most people there were drinking, smoking. And then these 3 women sit down who know the coworker that was sitting with us, not the birthday coworker, but the other coworker. And I only had like part of one drink, and then I just had regular soda. So I was not liquored up or drunk at all. It is amazing what you hear. So these women that sat down drunk, I was so appalled by this one woman. And I'm going to be honest, I've really been trying to not like gossip and talk about people and things like that, because that's not what's intended for our life, right? I wish I would have spoken up. I almost did. So this woman apparently who was talking, you could definitely tell she had been drinking. And she drank like 4 beers while she was sitting there with us. So she had been drinking before that. She worked in, I want to say she's a nurse in a maternity ward. So she helps new mothers. She went on this diatribe of how she can't believe how many new mothers, how she has to milk new mothers because they're afraid they're not producing enough milk for their baby, or they don't know what they're doing. And she said, you wouldn't believe how many ugly boobs I've seen. And when she said that, I think my mouth fell open. And I thought to myself, first off, what do yours look like, right? But that's not That's not appropriate either. But I thought to myself, how disrespectful to these women, who, by the way, you know, most new mothers don't know what they're doing. You've never breastfed. So I was so beside myself hearing that. And I wish I would have spoken up and said, have you ever given thought to the fact that these mothers might not know what they're doing and need help? So that's why you're there. I thought, good God, yeah. And it was just, luckily we were at the end of the table and these people were at the other end, because I was just like, it was definitely taking one for the team, for sure. Yeah. So we left there at 7:30, and it felt like we had been there like until midnight. It felt like it should be a lot later than 7:30. So Sunday came, we got up early, we went to the grocery store. Bill went to the shooting range with a friend of his, so I did some stitching. And then I took a nap, and then I was in bed by 9 o'clock. Like, I was been really tired, so. And today the workday is already over. It's 2:15 and our job ended. I'm praying that the job also ends this early on Wednesday. That would be fantastic. It would be great to be able to leave this early to go to the ocean. Fingers crossed. Okay, so as you know, I'm working on Prairie Schooler Bump in the Night. 18 count perforated paper, white. I'm using 3371 and 970 as the orange color. So I need something to show you. Oh, and I gotta take the pattern off. So I worked on, this is the next block over, that is the witch. And then I started a little bit of the border because I wanted to make sure that, and I wound up taking all the washi tape off because it started to come up. So I was like, I'm just going to take it off. There is washi tape out there that is just stickier than others, and this wasn't that sticky. But yeah, I'm really liking how it's turning out. Love. Enjoying it very much. And then, you know, I had most of the day on Sunday to myself because Bill, like I said, Bill was gone for a couple hours. I decided to play around with coloring some more paper with the distressed oxide sprays, because my next project, which is going to be the Primrose Cottage Stitches piece that I had started and then messed it up, remember? So I wanted to color a piece of paper in shades of purple and gray. And, you know, this is going to take time for me to perfect the blends, because I wound up messing up like 2 pieces of paper. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it because nothing's going to be perfect the first time you do it. But wait till you see what I did, because I think it turned out utterly fantastical. Okay, so I started with like light purple, went to a deeper purple, and then to a darker purple. This isn't even truly showing what it looks like. I'm trying to find something to put it behind. No, that's not it. To really show you, it just looks so, I mean, I know putting white behind it will help. It just looks so good in person. The blend of the light to the medium to the dark. And what I figured out, so I wear latex gloves whenever I spray the paper because it will get on your hands and it will stay on your hands. And what I wound up doing, and I did this by accident and I loved it. So, you know, when you spray a spray bottle, it will spatter. Like it sprays out and it will put like dots of color, right? So you got to keep saturating the paper. Well, when I did that and when I sprayed the second color and then I sprayed the third color, and I try to work sort of fast to keep the medium wet when you want to blend it together, I took my hand, gloved, mind you, latex glove, and just rubbed it down the paper and it just blended it. I couldn't believe it was like that easy to do it. It turned out So friggin' good. This one looks so good. Bill even loved it. He was like, ooh, that looks so good. It is not showing the true representation. It is much lighter. It is lighter up here in the corner. Wait a minute, let me see if I can. It is lighter up here in the corner, and then it's medium, and then it goes dark. You can kind of see the, I love it. I am definitely, and I just colored like the whole piece. I don't need this whole piece. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably start in the middle and then see where the piece goes and then trim it accordingly. But it turned out so good. And I actually just bought some more sprays. I have a checklist that I got off Etsy, so I know what I've bought and what I haven't. But I get text messages, and it's like getting a sales email from them. Until August 30th, they're having 30% off of their site. You have to have a code. So I went on there and ordered a couple more and got 30% off. They have sales all the time, so there is no doubt that I'll be able to build my entire collection and have it, you know, not pay retail price. So excited about that, though. It turned out, like I said, after I messed up the first two, this one turned out really good. Okay, so that was that. Like I said, I didn't stitch last night before bed. I went to bed when Bill did. I listened to like hypnosis on YouTube, sort of an obsession of mine of listening to that while I'm going to sleep. And I was in bed I was asleep by 9:30, which is unheard of. And I didn't get up this morning until after 7. So, but yeah, tomorrow's job starts later. It doesn't start until 12:30. So I should be able to get my video done in the morning before the job starts. And then Wednesday is my last day of work for the week. Remember, I'm only going to have a video this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because Bill and I are going on a little vacation. So the last thing that I want to read to you is another poem from Donna Ashworth, and this one is called No Waiting Room. And I absolutely love this one because this made me think, you know, in our lives, I feel like people feel like to be successful or to feel like you're really living your life, you have to be doing these grand gestures, doing all this stuff, going all these places. And I don't think you do. And I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Like, I woke up today and, you know, I've been reading my Bible every day, and I'm really trying to just every day be a better person and have better thinking about things. But man, there are some days I get up and I am just tired of the things I do every single day. Laundry, making tea, emptying the dishwasher, blah, blah, blah. But then I try to stop and think, it's serving a purpose. And there are people that would probably want to definitely have my life. Like, I should be very grateful and thankful, right? Not that I'm not allowed to just feel like that sometimes. And I woke up today and I was just like, I'm very thankful that today's job ended when it did, though, because that was a nice little surprise. But okay, so this one is called No Waiting Room. What if you didn't wake up tomorrow and your soul is watching down, thinking of all the things you didn't get to do yet because you were too scared or too shy or too worried about money? And all the things you told yourself you weren't good enough for swam in front of your eyes, fighting for a place in the line beside the words you didn't say and the joy you forgot to have. My friend, there is absolutely no room for anything in your day other than acceptance. And I read that line about 8 times because whatever comes through your day, acceptance is probably the hardest thing that we have because we push against things that aren't in our plan, right? You will never have enough money or time, and you will certainly never have that perfect body the world told you you need to be happy. And before you say it's too late to embrace this thing we call life, no, it is not. You can do it right where you are right this minute. Get outside, breathe, look at the trees, put your bare feet on the grass, hand on your heart to feel the pulse, and that's it. You're living. Keep that up. Or sitting down in your chair, pulling out your stitching, putting a couple stitches in. You're living, right? Wait up for the moon sometimes, or get up early to see a sunrise just because you can. Jump in the lake, run, skip. The things you need to feel alive are free and are all around, my friend. You just have to see them. Let in opportunity and say yes to the invitations that scare you a little in a good way. I'm going to pause right there because that reminded me. So you guys know how, I'm not big on like social situations. I love going to the retreats, but I'm familiar with them, right? You guys know how going to that 5-year-old's birthday party, I was just like, I think the reason that I was meant to go to that birthday party this past weekend was to put it into perspective, meaning that birthday party made going to Bill's friend's house look like Disneyland, because I had a good time at that 5-year-old's birthday party. I like all the people there. I played cornhole and we actually won. I had a really good time there. It makes that seem like Disneyland. So that was the reason. So say yes to the invitations that scare you a little in a good way. I think there's a point to like everything. I really do. And so that was the point, to show me the comparison of, now when you're invited to this other person's house, you're going to be like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. Say no to some of the things you force yourself to do, knowing they wrench you of your peace. Life was never supposed to be a waiting room. It was supposed to be a hillside with paths leading in every direction and mountains as far as the eye can see, hiding adventures and new friends behind them. Don't let yourself get to the end of this ride without having stopped to smell those beautiful roses. That's the only thing you need to fear in this life. Everything else is all part of it. It's all just a messy, complicated, beautiful, and terrifying part of it. Chin up, throw your arms open wide, and let it be so. Donna Ashworth, this is from her new poetry book called Life. She has such wonderful, life-affirming poems that are just so fantastic, that I absolutely love. And yeah, so that's all I have for you today. Today is the last day. I think today is the last day of the Needlework Expo. I bought so much. Can't wait to do that video, because that's going to have to be a whole video in itself for sure. But I hope you guys are all having a good Monday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer you to the best of my ability. Answer them to the best of my ability. I'm forgetting what I'm usually saying. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.